You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Yo, how is it going? I am dini-mussolini, the host of Vigilantes Radio, and I just want to welcome you guys to another awesome episode. So we have a very special guest for this evening, so you definitely want to stick around for that. There are over 24,000 of you guys in our browser, Google Hangouts, Skype, in the chat room, on the phone lines. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. You should always reach for the stars. Your grasp never exceeds your reach. Whatever you want to have or be or accomplish, set your sights even higher. It is better to attempt too much and fall short than to attempt too little and have to live with the regret. So go for it, and then some. Stretch yourself. You're capable of more than you think you are, so don't hold yourself back. Once you know what you want and why you want it, you'll find a way to get there. Challenge yourself. You'll discover skills and resources you never knew you had. You'll grow to be the person who can indeed attain the goals you've set for yourself. The higher you reach, the more capable and effective you become. Reach even higher than you want to go, and you'll get there. Take that from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and the word is bond.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, hello, and welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Music, or the book, or film, or even the business, where we dive into the minds of the people who create these marvelous things. It feels so good to be back with you guys once again. Big ups to my folks who are indigos, crystalline, or the starseeds, for my Vigilantes audience family, for my hooligans, and shout out to my people who are vegetarian or vegans. If you're in the struggle like me, we are averaging over 37,000 live listeners, and we've been at this for 5 solid years. I appreciate to all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we are still evolving, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, films, and research in every aspect. And we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on our show, from Grammy Award-winning artists, nominees, to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology revolutionaries, visual artists, from authors to professors, and vampires. Or people who think they're vampires. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out to book your interview or to appear on my other show called Skeptics. Email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com, and that's V as in Victor. We hope to get the stories behind these unique people and give them a chance to tell their truth to us and the universe. That is Vigilantes Radio sole purpose. You know the number to dial, 701-801-9813. Share that number with your buddy right now and tell them to tune in to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in the mix directly from our website, which is onlyonemediagroup.com. Right from the homepage, you can slap that go live button and you'll be here live in the mix and in the chat room with all of us. So feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here, but only as time permits. Sometimes my guests and I talk entirely too much. And as always, all episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/only one media group, iTunes, Player.fm, YouTube, any app from the Google Play or iTunes store, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we've ever aired.
Again, welcome to the show. Today's interview is the Jawny BadLuck interview, and again, I'm your host, Dini-Mussolini. It's on days like this and at times like these where I can take a moment and really appreciate why we do what we do at Vigilantes Radio. It isn't always every day that I was contacted by PR, bands, interesting people, celebs, and artists from across the globe to talk about, music, books, business, faith, and when it happens, I can't help but just, to take that time to pause, smile, and remember that this is really what it's all about. The human connection and that ability for both the internet and people's ideas and creations to unite us all. So with that, let's welcome Jawny BadLuck to our side of the internet. Hey man, how's it going? You're now live in midst with all of us. Hey, man.
How's it going, my brother?
It's going pretty good. How about you for yourself?
I'm good, man. Just to be clear, it's Jawny BadLuck. I know it's spelled a little differently. It is Jawny BadLuck.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Oh no, did I say Johnny Good Luck?
I think you said Janny. But that might have just been your accent, bro. It's all good.
Yeah, I said Johnny. Yeah, from the South, man. That Southern drawl. So,
where are you from?
Originally Mississippi.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah, deep down South. Yeah. So we're excited to have you here with us, man. So what's going on with you in today's music industry? Like, catch us all up to speed.
Man, it's been a crazy year. 2018 has been like my comeback year. I've been doing music since I was, probably 16, but this year has really taken off to a new level from just fan engagement and the project that I released back in May and a lot of the things that are on the horizon. I got everything from new music videos to the EP that I think we're going to talk about today. And it's just exciting, man. It's been a great year so far.
Yeah, amazing, right? Wow. So how did your musical journey start, man? You said you've been at it since 16. So what was like the pivotal moment for you?
Absolutely. I started as a drummer in bands, punk rock, classic rocks, alternative rock, stuff like Linkin Park, That's kind of how I got started in music. But I started writing songs when I was about 16 or 14, and I started recording at 16. And I've been doing it ever since. The past year, like I said, probably the most professional, but I've been releasing music since 16 years old.
Nice. Do you still drum?
I do, but not as much as I wish that I would. Someday I'd really like to incorporate like drumming and performing at the same time at some capacity.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
It's kind of hard. I'm trying to figure it out, but I think I could do it.
Yeah. So why the switch from rock to hip hop?
No, that's a good question. Honestly, I was influenced by, I think like most of us, our older siblings or the people that are around us that we look up to. And my older brother was like 7 years ahead of me. So everything he listened to kind of trickled down, and I would steal his CDs and rip them on my computer and create playlists and whatnot before we had things like Spotify. And yeah, man, I don't, to be honest with you, really it just shifted when my brother kind of got into hip hop, but my path changed a little bit in life. I started hanging out with, different types of people and not necessarily the right crowd. And their influence started to, rub off on me hip hop wise. Like what rap music and hip hop was talking about at the time made more sense for my life and what I was doing than some of the other music I used to listen to.
Right on. So basically, hip hop rap was like soundtracks to what you were doing in life at that particular time.
Yeah, I mean, even if our situations weren't exactly the same, like I felt more connected to what they were talking about, like artists like Bone Thugs and Biggie and obviously Pac and Jay-Z. I mean, all these artists, Mobb Deep, everything they were talking about really resonated with me.
Nice. Funny you mentioned Bone Thugs. Busy Bone is my business partner, and we started this whole podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about that, man? I used to love all their solo projects, and Busy was my favorite. Like, I used to cop all of his albums, and I was just waiting for the day to see them all perform again when they finally got back together.
They're on the road now. I think they just ended the Snoop Dogg tour, and about to do another tour. So
still doing it.
Yeah, those guys are. Yeah, they're always on the road. So you have this new record, man. Oh man, sheesh. Yeah, we can go on about that. Especially with the topic nowadays is with the Migos. Everybody claimed they started some style, I guess you would say, but
yeah.
Bone will be around for almost ever, maybe. And maybe the Migos will too. Maybe they will, but right now it's too early to tell,
That's right.
Yeah. So you're single, Life-in-Starlight. What's the story behind this particular record?
So that's the intro track to my EP, Count Your Lucky Stars. It was produced by a producer I've worked with several times, Superstar O. And I really liked the feel for this record as I was scanning through beats for, this new project that was going to kind of put me back on the scene, so to speak. And I really liked the vibe as the intro to the album. When it first comes in, there's just something about that spoke to me. And really, it's like hip hop mixed with a really big dance hall kind of pop chorus. And I've always liked mixing those two styles, like rappy verses with a more pop broad appeal hook. And the message really is just kind of like a lot of what you were talking about, man. I really liked your words you had to say in the beginning about just reaching for the stars and not settling for a mundane life, but living your life in starlight, so to speak. And that doesn't mean being rich and famous, but really just going for whatever it is that you want and not allowing anybody to tell you different or allow people's opinions to steer you clear of what your vision is.
Totally agree, man.
It's also just a good party song too. So it goes good in the club and it's got that vibe too.
Right. Definitely. So let's chat about your first time, not like sexual stuff, but like your first time recording in the studio, especially when it came to your rap career. How was that experience?
Oh man, first time I ever recorded was in somebody by the name of Sick Panic. He was part of a horrorcore rap group called Serial Killing Records. And at the time, he was the only person I knew that had a studio and knew how to record and actually had decent sounding records, even though it wasn't my style. And I got hooked up with him through a kid from my high school who knew that I rapped and I wanted to make, songs. So the first time we linked up, man, I went to his apartment. He smoked like 300 cigarettes. It was just such a crazy experience being so young. And he made like my first custom beat. Recorded all my first material, my first album. It was a really cool phase of life because at that time, man, not everybody had like microphones and could record on their laptops. Like the technology just wasn't quite there yet. So you had to have a home studio.
Yeah, man. Do you remember the program he used?
Oh, dude, in the very beginning, before he started using Pro Tools, it was like Fruity Loops for the beats, and it was like something it was like Mixcraft or something real primitive for PC. Like primitive stuff.
Yeah. Oh, man, I remember those days. Acid Pro and Fruity Loops.
Yeah, Acid Pro, for sure. I think he used Acid Pro, actually. I think he used that. Yeah, man.
Oh, man, they grown, man, into like I think they're called something else now. I can't remember.
Right, I'm sure they've been bought up 10 times.
Yeah. Like everything else. So,
right.
From that experience to the next experience, the next project after the first one, you had everything custom made. You had like the whole experience of building something from rock bottom. I mean, ground floor, into a solid
ground
project.
floor. Hey, you remember LimeWire?
Yes, man, that was the bomb, man. I used to get off on music. That was the bomb.
LimeWire was where I copped all my first beats. Like all my beats either came from like a beat CD that your homie burnt for you, and you were like, "Yo, how'd you get this?" Or it was LimeWire. And so it went from that to actually custom beats, like you were just saying. And that was a cool transition to, like, go through that.
Yeah. Man, kids these days have it so easy, man. Just go on YouTube and...
I know, beats. SoundCloud, man, if that stuff was around, I feel like, I would have had a lot more exposure. But it's all good. Yeah. We're here now.
Yes, sir. And back then, man, with LimeWire, I had, like, dial-up. So I couldn't really preview the track. I just had to, download it and take a gamble on it.
Remember that noise? That horrible
noise?
noise?
Man. Crazy stuff. Or you turn on your internet and you got mail. Like, yay.
Yeah, man.
I got mail.
That's text messaging of the early 2000s.
Yeah, man. So that next phase, were you able to take some of the things you learned from that first experience into the next?
Yeah, I mean, I think just overall getting better on the mic, finding your voice, getting more comfortable, more loose, trying new things with your voice. I mean, the voice is a very powerful instrument, and there's so many things you can do with it if you train yourself. So I think that was huge, just like going from kind of nervous and like monotone to getting more experimental, if you will.
Right. Definitely. So are you putting any pressure on yourself? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off.
That's all good.
Are you feeling any pressure, man, with these new releases?
Kind of, in the sense that the last major release I did, as far as a project, not an individual single, was 2012.
Mm-hmm.
It kills me to even say that.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my
quite
last,
a gap.
It's quite a gap. Yeah, man. 2012, I released a mixtape, if you will, or EP, called Luck in the Middle. And there's still songs off that record that people, still know me for. One of them is called When the Sun Comes Up. It was probably my biggest single up until this year. And it was a big pop record that we did, and it was a huge change in my sound, from just rapper to like, hey, this kid can actually use his voice. He can sing. He can make records. He's not just, rapping.
Mm-hmm.
So to answer your question, am I feeling pressure? I mean, yeah, in the sense of I wanted to come back strong and really make a splash, but I'm really just enjoying the ride at this point because I know what's on the horizon is even better.
Definitely. So I have to ask, man, I got to get all Oprah-like on you. Why is there a gap? Yeah, man, we gotta dig deep here.
Let's go.
That's quite a gap, man. So what happened? What happened in life that you had to take a break, maybe a hiatus?
So, I never stopped making music, right? Like, I was still recording. I have a ton of records that are just unreleased, kind of in the vault, unfinished songs. And I would release singles here and there. But what really happened, dude, is I was faced with that point of decision in life where it's after college. And I went to kind of a different college where I learned how to be an audio engineer because I wanted to just record my own stuff. And I'm at this point in life where, like, the money's just not adding up. Like, I'm broke as shit, you know, sleeping on couches. You know, I had an apartment for a while, and I was, like, scraping by doing sessions for people, working in studios. But the studio life is pretty grim if you're not a lead engineer. You know, you're doing a lot of grunt work. You're doing a lot of bitch work, just to be quite honest. And I just started to realize, like, all right, if I'm ever going to chase this thing because I don't come from money and I don't have, you know, some investor that's pumping capital into my music, I've got to find another hustle that's going to, like, afford me to do this the way I really want to. You know what I'm saying? So then enter 2012. I got an opportunity to start doing some, like, live sound, like what I learned in the studio, but in the live environment, like for concerts and corporate shows and stuff like that. And it started to pay a little bit better. But it was one of these things where I had to be on the road every single weekend in a different city across the U.S. And at this point, dude, I'm like 22 years old, you know, never done anything like this before. And I'm out on the road, kind of like I'm on tour, but not as an artist. And so I'm like in this conflicted state of, okay, I'm making a little bit of money. I'm doing better for myself. I can support myself. But I also have to put so much time into this thing that it's taking away from the music. And so my music started to suffer. And then, if I can even go deeper, I got into real estate investing. I learned from some mentors that I met on the road that were investing in real estate, and I had no money to invest. So I thought, okay, that's impossible. Like, you have to be rich to do that, or you have to have a bunch of money saved. And they taught me how to invest in real estate with other people's money, no joke. And so for the next, like, years, I just did everything I could. Every waking hour, I just hustled to build my business and try to learn how to do the business so I could free myself.
Right.
And that basically, through a lot of trial and tribulation and getting punched in the face many times and knocked down many times and back up, here we are now, where, you know, I have a very humble small business on the side that helps me, you know, pay the bills and everything. But I'm able to now focus on my music the way that I intended to, like 6 years ago. So it's been crazy, bro. It's been an insane journey, and I didn't expect it to take this long to get here, but I feel more prepared now, and I'm just putting all my chips in at this point.
Yeah. As anybody should, especially when it comes to your dream, man. Just go all in, or as they say, balls to wall.
But, you know, most people don't, and I think it's because of the way we're raised and programmed that, you know, that's very risky.
Yeah,
and it is very risky.
So is going to college to get a degree and getting out of school and finding out you can't find a job.
That's right. Yeah, like my degree is not what got me here. It's the hustle and the good mindset and staying positive and having faith that gave me the connections and the ability to, like, learn a new skill that I didn't even go to college for.
Definitely. Yes, sir.
So, right. Yeah, man, it's been a huge shift. It's been a huge shift, bro, in consciousness and everything.
A lot of growth between that time, I see.
That's right.
Yep. Great deal. So let's talk about the title, Count Your Lucky Stars. What are you saying here? Is this a whole outlook on your life, or are you just spreading the message that, you know, sometimes things happen in life that are meant to be to put you somewhere else later on in life? Or I don't know. That's just, I'm gonna let you take it.
Great. Yeah. Great question. Great question. You know, I've always, with my music, I've always been very forthcoming, and, like, I show the personal side of me in my music a lot. And the same kind of with my album titles and things. Like, for example, the album I told you about, Luck in the Middle, that was that time in my life when I was kind of stuck in the middle between these two worlds. That's, like, when I released that. So bring it to now, Count Your Lucky Stars. It is what you just said, plus a little bit more. So it's for me personally, like, realizing that, dude, this whole journey, this trial and tribulation I've gone through these past years and years, that is what got me here. So I'm counting my lucky stars that I didn't give up, because now I feel closer to my dream than ever. At the same time, it's also a message to people, like, regardless of where you're at and what someone's going through, like, there's always somebody who has it worse, and we can always find a way to be grateful. So that's a lot of what it means to me, man. It's me personally kind of reflecting on myself and where I'm at. Even the cover art is kind of like a innuendo to where I'm at right now, and I can explain that later. But it really is just a message to be grateful where you're at. If you're at the bottom, cool. Like, the only way to go is up. The only way to go is up from there.
You're right about that.
Yeah, man.
I like that. So, at this, current point in your life, of course, you had been to school. Are you involved with the producing, mastering, and those type of things when it comes to your music now?
Not as much as I used to be. I used to record, mix, and master all my music, but I've really taken a step back and tried to build more relationships, focus more on the engineers and producers and other people that can help take my music to the next level, because I realized that you can do it on your own, but you really got to have a team to do this the right way. So no, I think nowadays my involvement with the production process is more on the just strictly writing and recording and focusing on the artistry of it more than the technical.
I got you. Gives you time to really focus on your creativity?
Yeah, I would say a lot more, because I'm not focused about the details. And, I'm working with some really awesome folks right now that, they have some great industry credits. And so they're kind of taking my new sound to a new level.
Definitely. Man, let me get an opinion. Who's the most influential and successful artist in rap music today, and why do you think so?
I would say you could always point at someone like Drake because of his longevity over the past 10 years and his influence on the sound. I think a lot of people got their sound from Drake.
Yeah.
But also looking at the new generation, people like 6ix9ine, I'm not a huge fan of his music per se, but you got to give it to somebody who kind of comes out of left field and makes a huge splash and has numbers to prove it. He's got real sales, he's got real views, he's got real streams. So I think, weirdly, he's pretty influential right now. I don't know if he's going to be a long-lasting player like a Drake. I personally don't think so, but I would say older generation or medium-level generation, where I'm going to say Drake right now, 6ix9ine.
Okay. Yeah, Drake just made a list a few days ago as being the top grossing solo act of all time.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. It's crazy. So I would say he's definitely at the top when it comes to that overall.
Definitely. All right. So I know your time spent in drumming, and being a hip-hop artist has meant a great deal to you in the past. But who have been some of your favorite artists to work with?
Well, a lot of the artists I work with are very underground, so I don't know if you recognize the names per se, but one of them that would come to mind is a guy by the name of Derek Pope, who's from Los Angeles, California. He used to go by Kid Upstairs, and I went to college with him. He's got actually a huge following now. He's been very successful with his career, and I just remember making music with him, back in college and cutting records, and just watching the way that he worked really, really inspired me and made me a better writer. Another one real quick that I'll mention is a guy by the name of Famous Kid Brick out of Tampa, Florida. He's signed to Rock Nation. Really cool dude on the new wave. I just worked with him recently on some new stuff, on some new material, and I'm really excited about it.
Nice. All right. How soon is it coming out?
I'm looking at this next EP to drop in late January. I haven't told anybody yet. So surprise.
Yeah, surprise.
Yeah, I got that exclusive.
Yeah. Look at that jinx. Now you can't talk for the rest of the interview, but no, we need you to.
That's right.
Yeah, scratch that. All right. So, you know, starting out can be hard for a band or artist, for that matter, you know, in a live setting. A lot of times you deal with poor sound, no lighting, you know, no special effects, no props, no visuals due to finances or just simple county restrictions. But suppose for a second that none of that was a factor, and you probably had Kanye's budget or Taylor Swift's budget, and you could do whatever the heck you wanted to on stage. What would be the ideal setup for you to perform the best show you could ever perform?
Oh, man, that's easy. I've had this vision in my head for a long time. Backup singers doing harmonies, full-blown band, guitarist, bass, drummer, horn section, live piano, the whole deal. I mean, pyrotechnics. Maybe not pyrotechnics, but I mean, honestly, man, like the whole like large festival, large stadium style performance would be like a dream come true, especially having a band and like very talented backup singers. I think would be so badass.
Yeah. Don't it sound crazy, man, to just wake up and say, oh man, I have rehearsals today?
I know. I got rehearsals at Madison Square Gardens tonight, folks.
Right.
I mean, that's just next level, dude. That's I'm gonna continue holding on to that until it comes true.
Yeah. So let's say that did happen for you, man. And I'm sure right now you have like your daily life routine, you know, little hobbies you may do, stores you like to visit, people you like to hang out with. What if all of a sudden life changes for you and you suddenly don't have time to do those things, or you can't simply do those things? How will you react? Like, what would that do for your psyche, first of all?
You're saying if with fame and success, just not being able to do the things you used to as a more underground person?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that it definitely takes some mental work, because, you know, you see a lot of these young artists, you know, that are passing away like at a rapid pace because of drug use and, you know, living very fast. And I'm grateful that I'm a little bit older now. I'm not 22 anymore, so my mindset is not the same. I think I've prepared myself a little bit more for what it's going to feel like. I'm not as reckless, but, you know, I think that that's something that needs to be talked about more in music, is that these young artists, I mean, I think of Mac Miller, I think of Lil Peep, I think of a lot of people that passed away this year just from just drugs. You know, it's just so senseless. Yeah. So I think that kind of stuff, as far as like letting that affect me to that point, I think I'll have a good handle. But I think you also don't know how to handle it until it's happening. When people start coming up to you, you're at the restaurant with grandma and they're trying to get a picture. I think that's just one of those things you gotta prepare yourself for mentally.
Yeah, that'll be super hard though, man. I like going to Walmart. I don't want to have to stop going to Walmart, you know.
Yeah,
forever.
It's not for everybody. It really isn't for everybody. It sounds attractive, but I think for a lot of people, it wouldn't be after a while.
I have to agree there.
Fame's a funny thing, man. Money and fame's a funny thing. From what I see and what I've heard, it messes with you.
Yeah. All right, guys, after the music break, it'll be time for our usual tradition. It is called the hot seat, and our fans love this part of the segment, of course, along with the actual interview, but the audience will get a chance to hear Jawny BadLuck, and I did say Jawny, to provide some vocals. Maybe he does poetry, inspirational speeches, spoken word, freestyle raps, jokes, stories, live instruments. Maybe he'll drum for us. I don't know. Well, you never know if these creative minds and vessels were produced in the spotlight. And tonight we'll find out if Jawny BadLuck has what it takes to be put on the spot, a test of his true artistry, and maybe even some hidden talents. But for right now, we have Jawny BadLuck with his song, Life-in-Starlight. We'll be right back.
Just let them vibe. Yeah. Bad luck. Yeah, I'm back at it like bad habits, a mad savage. Clean cabbage, money no longer under mattress. Made decisions, put them into the six figures. 2020, looking back at the bigger picture. Hope you're doing more than focusing on girls and liquor. Hope you're doing more than shopping, baby, frontin' pictures. Gotta get in where you fit in, the windows are tinted. Suits fitted, we don't wait, we just get it. This life, better now, hella different. 28 in front of me, suddenly thoughts have shifted. Not 23 anymore, gotta pursue the vision. Feeling late to the party, but I built a business. Haters just wish they was in your position, cause they played it safe while you always were different. That feeling inside, you just know something's missing. I won't trade my dreams for a pension, nah. Life-in-starlight, diamonds in the sky, reach high, put your hands up. Dancing all night, she got the spark, the heart, the body, the light, the flame up. Taste the nightlife. When the sun goes down, the party gets turned up. Chase the moonlight, so put your glass up high, give thanks for the good life. I'm gonna do it like this. Can't stop the party with a movement like this. Bad like the army, we don't need no defense. Just roll up, Alicia, bump keys in the bed. Tossed up, so many with me, hella pretty. Sun's out, shades on, upper 60s. Get rich or die trying, I'm on my 50s. Collecting rent checks, first to the 15. Life-in-Starlight, count my lucky stars, I'm alright. Things are looking up, my desires are on sight. Gotta keep grinding, make sure that it lasts forever, not only one night. I do it for my brothers and my mama though, cause I don't wanna only eat it papa dough. I want a life at any option, I choose I go. I see it thoroughly, refuse to let my vision slow. Pull up, 4 rings on the front grill. Raised a couple mil, so I can make a deal. Now I'm feeling too trill, like it isn't real. Whether you in it for the love or the thrill, live life in starlight. Diamonds in the sky, reach high, put your hands up. Dancing all night, she got the spark, the heart, the body, the light, the flame up. Taste the nightlife. When the sun goes down, the party gets turned up. Chase the moonlight, so put your glass up high, give thanks for the good life. Haters just wish they was in your position, cause they played it safe while you always were different. That feeling inside, you just know something's missing. I won't trade my dreams for a pension, no. You know, people talk about getting lucky breaks in their life. We don't believe in lucky breaks. You make your own luck. Champions keep playing until they get it right. I never dreamed of success. I worked for it.
All right, and we are back. That was Jawny BadLuck with his song Life-in-Starlight. What a dope record. I like it. And I hope you like it too, guys. Email me and let me know your thoughts. All right. Definitely. And you can email me at theradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. Let me know your thoughts. If you like the song, also it's in the show notes and description of this episode. So all you fine folks have to do is click the link. All right. In each accomplishment are the seeds for even greater accomplishment. Start small and you'll soon be big. Success feeds upon itself and grows from each accomplishment. Even the little goals are important. Set a goal, something you want to accomplish in the next 10 minutes, and then do it. See how great it makes you feel. Like, okay, for me, it'll be like, hey, I'm going to get up and go to the kitchen. Why do I have to get up and go to the kitchen? I'm watching BoJack Horseman. But hey, all right, go to the kitchen. Wow, yay, me. I accomplished a goal. No, it's not that simple for me, but you get the idea. Something that's mundane, you know, something that's easy to do. They'll say, hey, maybe if I pile up all of my goals, all of my aspirations, break them down to smaller, obtainable goals, and eat this elephant one bite at a time, maybe I can finish this elephant, right? And guys, that's how I want you to go into next year, because it's almost over. 2018 is almost out of here. We can't get it back. It flew by so quickly. I don't know if you were busy like I was. It seems like yesterday was July or January. But here it is, December, and what's today, the 8th? Yeah. So So we got a little bit of time, but not much time, because it's going to be 2019 very soon. And when you make those New Year's resolutions, don't make the hard ones, make the easy ones, the ones that you can complete within a week or within a month or 3 months. You don't have to say, oh man, I have to do this 5-year plan for my life that I really don't know what I want to do. And there's many of us like that are out there who are just wandering around trying to figure it all out, you know? But hey, take time and make a small goal, a small observation of what you would like to change or where you want to be, you know? And start making small steps towards that goal. Would you like to feel that way always? I'm sure you do. Then set another goal. Soon you'll be addicted to success, setting higher and higher goals and reaching them. Kind of like drugs. Sorry to make this analogy, but hey, you start off with the small stuff, the harmless stuff, and then when you get accustomed to that, you move to something harder, and then you move to something harder, more potent, till you can't feel your face. That's how it should work with dreams. Not that I know anything about not feeling my face. Trust me, I don't. But I do know about success and how to reach obtainable goals and how to just keep, accomplish goals, that makes you feel good to people who already think you're on and popping and a celeb. And, it's like, no, I'm just living the best life, just figuring it all out one step at a time. And it works for me, okay? So success is a habit that anyone can learn. Whether you're homeless like I was and I figured it out, or you're in that spot in your life where everything is okay but it's not what it should be. Cultivate the habit of success, and each accomplishment leads to another. You can start to be successful right now by setting a goal and reaching it. Maybe it is going to the kitchen. Then just keep on going. Reach higher and higher. Reach even higher than you want to go, and you'll eventually get there. Take that from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond. But for right now, let's bring back the man of the moment, Jawny BadLuck. You're back live with us and in our hot seat. What are you going to perform for us? Yeah.
I could do a little, I'm going to do a little acapella freestyle for you guys.
Okay.
That sound good?
Sounds great.
All right. Hey, grab the wheel, we going overdrive, taking chances, taking bad advice, doors on the Cooper, suicide, you ain't gotta take your own life, too precious, stay humble, but I'm still reckless, buy a crib with a few possessions, battered chick and a bigger necklace, then you realize it's all perspective, all you need is love in this world, talk that true love, that never giving up on you, stuck on like glue love, that I would do anything to see you smile and keep you booed up, trued up, yeah, I hope I never lose ya. Yeah, because then I have to act a fool like Luda. You remember that record, Act a Fool?
Yeah, man. Luda.
Love that joke.
Luda is something else, man. But yeah. So, Jawny, let everyone know where you would like for them to connect with you online.
Man, I'm easy to find. If you type in Jawny BadLuck on YouTube, I've got new music videos out. I definitely would appreciate a follow on Spotify and SoundCloud. You can find me there. You can find me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. But I usually hang out most on Instagram, so come talk to me. It's actually me there. You're not going to find a bot. I definitely interact with the fans.
Nice. Man, you have a cool rap name, Jawny BadLuck. Almost kind of James Deansy,
Hey, it's funny. I always said I'm channeling my inner James Dean, so I appreciate that.
Really?
I'll take that as a compliment. Yep.
Oh, man. Definitely. All right, man. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on our show tonight. Looking forward to more music, especially the EP that comes out pretty soon next year. So, yeah, man, we'll definitely keep an eye out for you.
Oh, one last thing. Can I add one last thing?
Sure.
I am doing a benefit concert in Albuquerque, New Mexico for Ronald McDonald House Charities of New Mexico on December 20th. And that's like my biggest show of the year. We're looking to set, we got the radio station 97.3 involved. It's like the mayor's endorsing it. It's crazy, bro. But the point is I'm releasing my new single. It's called Last Cigarette, and it drops on the 21st at midnight. So like the night of the show, as it turns midnight, the new single and the new music video are going to drop. So that's another exclusive. That's for you guys. Definitely go check it out. Let me know what you think.
All right, will do. Man, that is major. Congratulations on that.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much.
Definitely. Yes, sir. Make sure to post video.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, man. You be easy.
You too, bro. Thanks for everything. Everybody have a great day. Keep chasing those dreams. Never give up. Much love.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/Only One Media Group, iTunes, YouTube, any app that's on a Google Play or iTunes store, or our website. And that goes from every single episode that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or a particular guest or send something for me to play, email it to theRadio@onlyonemediagroup.com. If it's music, please label it by artist and title. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre-free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini-Mussolini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word, because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, as well as Spreaker. We always follow back. That is the number one rule. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely great at just doing that. Avoid being too comfortable, because you're messing with your potential when you do that. Peace, and have a good night.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.